What's up, everybody? We are outside of the Lupercalia Art Society, where I will be interviewing Mr. Bama Boy Buck for our new show, Hidden Gems. Make sure y'all stay tuned, stay tapped in, all of that. We got so much coming, okay? This is a Room 6 cinema production, y'all. Stay tuned. Peace and love, everyone, and thank you all for being here. I'm Courtney, your host, and this is Hidden Gems, a show that highlights the amazing, multi talented individuals, creators, and entrepreneurs that you may not know about. But that all changes here today. With us, we have Bama Boy Buck, originally from Mobile, Alabama, specifically Trinity Gardens. Yeah. Thank you for being here today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Please tell everyone, how did you get your name?
Um, so I got my name. I remember my grandma, her name is Bama. And so my uncle, he was like the baby boy kind of in the family. But then at that moment I was kind of like the baby boy, like the youngest in the family. So I was always under my grandma.
Okay.
So he used to joke at me and be like, oh, look at Bama boy, you know what I'm saying, Bama boy. And so when I was making like a URL for like Facebook, I was trying to think of a way to put it. I was gonna put Bama's boy Buck, and Buck is like my nickname. I had it since I was born because they said I had Buck eyes.
Okay.
Uh, and so I hope I grew into them, but yeah. So after that, I just put it all together. I was gonna put Bama's boy Buck, but I couldn't do the apostrophe s in the URL, so I just put Bama boy Buck. And
Okay.
that's why I stuck with.
Okay. And listen, no matter how many kids your grandmother have, you'll always be the favorite, right? We all feel like that. So, Bama Boy Buck is a writer, a filmmaker, a director, an editor, a producer, an actor, spoken word artist, and a rapper. That's a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what did you start with?
I started rapping. Actually, when I first started, I started writing poems. I was probably about 8 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, I started writing poems. And I started writing love songs. Uh, and so I didn't really start rapping until about 16 when I met my brother. I call him my brother Rick. Him and his family they used to always rap, always freestyle. Just being around him, he was like, you got to try rapping. And so I tried it one day and I fell in love with it.
Okay. So, everyone, Bama Boy Buck is a gospel rapper.
For sure.
What are you? How can people find you?
Online, so everything is under Bama Boy Buck. And then all my social media is at Bama Boy Buck too.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any one of these talents that you like more than the others?
Um, I would say filming. Well, and not necessarily filming, but directing.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're making like a visual. I can incorporate rapping with the music, incorporate art. I can incorporate anything with a visual. So I like filming because it's kind of I can do everything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you are an actor and a director and a producer. Which one is easier to act or get behind the camera?
Which one is easier? That's a hard question. For me, well, I guess I can answer for me from my perspective. The easiest one would probably be behind the camera, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, because behind the camera, you kind of have like your set things. Things have to be really for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But with acting, sometimes a lot of it is improv, and you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust more.
Yes, you do.
More variables. So.
Oh yeah.
Even though there are variables behind the camera, but I think it's probably more on that.
You have to be so quick on your feet when you're acting. You really do. So, do you have any films or short films that you made?
Yeah, so my first short film, Committed, I actually won a film contest with Craft Syndicate for that.
Okay.
Back in 2017. And so that was my first short film. I actually recorded it on my phone. And I wrote it, filmed it, and edited it in like a week.
Did y'all hear that? First short film recorded on his phone, and he was the contest winner. Stop sleeping on y'all talents. So, what brings all this creative energy?
Well, I'm a believer, so I really feel like the Holy Spirit,
Mm-hmm.
but besides the Holy Spirit, also I believe just God just created me to be creative. I feel like that's one of the many talents that He gave me, He blessed me with. So it's just in me.
I get it. This is the thing when I think about hidden gems, I think every single last one of us has some type of talent.
Mhm.
Even if you think you don't, you can acquire a talent. You can learn anything.
Right.
And that's what makes us so unique. And I call us all perfect, because this is how he created us. You're not like anyone else. I'm
Right.
not like anyone else. So this is what makes us so unique.
Sure.
And so that's what I want to bring to the forefront. Let's bring our gems and put them all together. So how do you feel about like networking? We talked about bringing all these gems together.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I love that work. My motto is the more people you know, the further you go.
Mm.
I feel like you can be the most talented. And just like hidden gems, you can be the most talented, you can be hidden.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody know about it, it really don't matter. So
That's true.
That's why I love being here. I love being a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel that like there are a lot of hidden talents here.
I definitely noticed a lot of talented people. First of all, the art culture in Mobile is just to me top tier.
Mm.
There's a lot of movie making here, a lot of entertainment that a lot of people would not know about. So I think it's very important that we, start putting ourselves out there. This is the age of everybody creating content,
Right.
stepping out on faith and doing something new. So yeah, I think this will be a good thing.
For sure.
What do you think is the toughest thing about having so many talents?
Um, Figured out which one to focus on first.
Mm-hmm.
Organizing, scheduling. That's like one of the things I'm working on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just figured out which one to did finishing a project because I might start a project and start another project before I finish that project. But I had to learn to put deadlines on myself.
Okay.
So I can make sure, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you need to finish that before you even touch this. You got to finish that first. So
Right, right. Are you mostly working alone?
yeah, for the most part, I work
Okay.
on my films, but I plan on collaborating with a lot of local artists and content creators and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
for sure.
A lot of you don't know this, but me and Bama Boy Buck actually had a chance to create some content. We went out on the streets of downtown Mobile during Mardi Gras, and
Skinny Monday.
yeah, Skinny Monday, and I interviewed people just spur of the moment. So that was a lot of fun, So get out there and just do something. We all got a phone. We all have something to say. Just do something.
Just create.
Yeah, just create. That's what we're doing. Um, so can you please explain your NFT pay model?
Oh, for sure, for sure. So with my new film that I'm doing, it's gonna be my first feature film called Gammon. And so it's gonna be an interactive film. But I feel like it's gonna be different and innovative because I plan on giving everybody, as far as the crew and the cast, NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And so by owning the NFT, it'll give them a percentage of the royalties of the movie forever. So it's kind of like we're all in it together because the more people, well, the more money the movie makes, the more money everybody makes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's good. And one of the reasons for the strikes were they weren't paying people for their like image and stuff like that. And I feel like if you contribute to the creation, then you should always receive benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you did, even if it's just a small part, then you should receive a small part of benefits. So
That's great.
so that's why I feel like I created the NFT model. So I plan I plan on doing it for all my films and projects really.
Okay, so you are turning the consumer into an investor.
For sure, for sure.
That's from consumer to investor
Mm.
with an NFT.
Right.
Do y'all research? So, what do you think people need to do to understand more about NFT? Because sometimes you say NFT, they still don't know what it is.
Right.
What do you think they need to do to gain a little bit more knowledge?
I say just research. They have a lot of videos on YouTube just
Mhm.
explaining what the NFT is, how to use the NFT. There's one particular person I can't even think of his name right now, but if you search NFT, you'll see him. He just talks about it, he breaks it down. Real thing that I love about it because when you say NFT, a lot of people feel like it's just an image because they just have images, but it's deeper than that. You could actually like put custom contracts associated with the NFT. So that's how I'm gonna use it as far as giving everybody a percentage. So when I set that up, that means all the royalties will go into an account and it'll automatically be separated
Okay.
without me having to do anything.
Oh wow.
So like that, and that's because of the NFT. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of things you can do with
I
NFT.
see. That was a lot I just learned just now. So I was doing some social media stalking, and I saw United We Stand. It's the cipher. So can you explain that?
Yeah, so United We Stand is it's like a super Christian rap group, I would say, with some local Christian artists. And me and my homeboy Ace of Kings, we created together AOK. And so we just got we had a lot of Christian rap friends. So we were like, why don't we just put them all together on one track? So we're on our fifth one. And we actually just came out with the fifth Cypher video.
Okay.
It's on all streaming platforms. We had a music video out, and so we have four more to do this year.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
How do you have the time to do all of this?
I'm still figuring it out, but just planning.
Okay. Okay. It's a lot.
For sure.
But that's okay because it keeps you going, keeps you busy, keeps you on your toes. The more you do, the more you learn. So
For sure. And I love learning.
Yeah, I can tell. You know a lot. So, how many short films have you made?
I believe it's been about 4 or 5.
Okay, okay. Do you have any? Do you have a genre
That's my favorite kind of.
that you do? You stick to a certain script, or or do you have a wide range?
Yeah, I say projects that I have plan on coming out. It's like a range of different things.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't necessarily want to stick to one genre.
Understand.
That's if it in music or
Mm-hmm.
in film. I don't like boxes.
Understand that one.
So if anybody see me sticking to one thing, let me know.
Say something.
I'm gonna change it up all the way.
Get him out of that box, y'all.
Sure.
Do you think, speaking of, um, out of the box, do you think that Mobile is coming out of the box?
Oh yeah, for sure. I always said Mobile's like it's growing slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even though we aren't as big as the other cities, kind of close to us, we're getting there. We're getting there, and I believe one day we're gonna get to IFA.
I know that coming from where I'm from Ohio, and just it's been up almost 3 years, and I can see the growth that's definitely coming. And it's everybody. It's not just certain individuals, certain groups. You got the airport that's coming. For sure. I've seen Carnival is picking up people at the port and taking them on cruises. So it's more business, more people are coming. So yeah, it's definitely growing.
The beach too, like a little beach area. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's growing. So that's a great thing. It's a great thing to be a part of. It's a great thing to see.
Right.
So I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So have you ever lived anywhere else besides here?
Yeah, I have. So when I was 6, I moved to Germany. I stayed there for 2 years. And then I moved to San Angelo, Texas. Stayed there for about 3 years. No, 2 years. Moved to Abilene, Texas. Stayed there for 3 years. Then moved back to Mobile. And then in my course of staying in Mobile, I also stayed in New Orleans.
Okay.
And San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that as an were you a young adult at that point, or were you like a teenager?
At New Orleans and San Antonio. Yes. I was like I was a young adult. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was probably about early 20s.
Okay. What made you come back to Mobile?
I love Mobile. I love my community. I love where I'm from, and I feel like a lot of people, like when they tend to make it, or most of the time they leave, but they don't ever come back. And so I feel like if I need to go somewhere else, I could always travel to different places. But I want my core to be here.
I get that. Yeah. This is where it started. You're grounded, you're rooted. I understand that. Got a lot of support here, a lot of people that a lot of people that you can grow with. So I definitely understand that. If you were to move somewhere else and come back, would you ever do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Would you? Okay.
Definitely. I thought about it a lot. I still might for a moment. But, yeah, I thought about it a lot. Okay. Like LA. Yeah. I love Hollywood. I'm in love with Hollywood for real. But either that or Atlanta. But
okay. I like Atlanta also. Yeah.
it's a lot of opportunities.
Oh yeah.
A lot of opportunities that we don't see here.
Yeah. Give it some time here. It's definitely going to grow. But you know what? Even that's what this is for, because what it does is it brings people together. They see this and like, oh, maybe I should go with this person. The resources can all come together and create, that Atlanta like,
Right.
environment.
Create the opportunity.
Create the opportunities where no one has to leave, no one has to come back. So it can definitely be done in the city. For sure. It really can. So when I first met Bama Boy Buck, it was on set for a movie that was filmed here in Alabama, in Fairhope, Alabama. They were actually in Fairhope. They came to Bay Minette and they came to Mobile. The movie is called Life of Chuck, based on one of the books by Stephen King. And I think Mike Flanagan is the director. Yep. And so that's how we met. We were background extras. And that was my first time. But how many movies have you been in?
So last year was my first time, and I was in 9 movies last year.
In 1 year, yeah, you were in 9 movies. 9 movies, yeah. You know the names of all of them?
I believe so. So let's see here. I was in Spring Breakthrough. That was with the guy that played Bubba Gump. He directed it.
Okay.
And Keisha Sharp from Girlfriends. And so then I was with Gunner with Morgan Freeman. Mm-hmm. Liam Hemsworth. That's Chris Hemsworth's brother. Mm-hmm. Played Thor. Mm-hmm. I was in. Let's see those. I was in Movers with Terrence Howard.
Okay.
Then I was in the Amariah King, I believe it is.
Okay.
McConaughey.
Okay.
And Kevin Bacon. And I was in a short called The Dramatics Encounters of with Jesus. I was in that short. What else I was in? There was another one.
Were you in Jesus Revolution?
No, I wasn't in Jesus. Okay. I missed that, but I actually started after that. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But there was one more I was in with the guy from Walking Dead. The guy that played Negan. Mm-hmm. But I can't think of the movie. But I was in that movie too.
Yeah, you was in that many movies. You can't even remember the names of them.
Yeah, last year was really busy. It's like I started in April, and before the year was over, I was in.
Were they all filmed here or nearby?
Yeah, they were nearby. Oh, I was in Cash Out too with John Travolta.
Okay.
Quavo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they were all nearby. So either here, I've been to Birmingham, I've been to Mississippi, like Jackson, Mississippi, or Biloxi. Stuff like that. But yeah, nearby.
The movie scene is really hot down here. I don't think nobody understands that. I was watching Con Air one day with Nicolas Cage, and I was like, that's the Bayway.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, they in Mobile. I had no clue, but it's the water, the weather, so that makes it and it's also a hidden gem. Nobody really knows that there are beaches here. Nobody knows these things. So the film industry comes here and like secretly do movies.
Oh, they say they in New Orleans, but they filming in Mobile.
Exactly, they sure do. They sure do. Now, explain to everybody, speaking of New Orleans, what is, because I learned about it while I was here. Mm-hmm. It's like a rival. It feels like a rival. What is the energy? What is this? What happened?
Well, Mobile's the birthplace of Mardi Gras. It all started here. A lot of people, when you ask them, they don't believe it. They don't know. Mm-hmm. They always feel like it's New Orleans. Mm-hmm. It started here, and I feel like it's the best.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's the best. More family oriented.
Yes.
And I feel like it's the best for me because all my people are here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just love it.
It's definitely more family oriented. Mm-hmm. You can bring your kids. It's safe. It's less crime. I did the research. Mm-hmm. It's less crime here. But yeah, when I first came here, I visited. I was only here for like a few hours, and it was downtown. I went to a place called Ruby Slippers, and we were having brunch. And I walked in there, and I was like, "Man, this feel like New Orleans. Like this feel like Mardi Gras or something."
Oh, you said that.
That's what I said, and I probably almost got jumped. Who knows? They probably almost beat me up. I don't know, but I said that, and then everybody was like, "Yeah, this is the birthplace."
Oh yeah, we had to let you know.
Oh yeah, they let me know before my food came. I knew what was going on. So but that's just so it's funny to be a part of like the inside thing, like I know that it started here, and so it's always like a back and forth, especially during Mardi Gras time. You know who doing it the best. So, and it's to me it's fun because I'm an outsider for the most part. So I like the rivalry and the drama. Even the council members getting in on it. I've seen, I think the mayor said something about something last year. So it's pretty fun.
For sure.
So, do you have any projects coming out right now?
Yeah, I actually have my first official gospel rap album coming out called well, I ain't gonna say the name at the time, but it's coming out soon. I would say probably about August.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all better tap in and get that good word. We all need it.
Sure, sure.
Any other projects? Are you working on any new films or anything like that?
Yeah, so I had the gaming film.
Hmm.
I also have a sitcom coming out. I plan on doing very loosely based on my life. Um, I have a cartoon I'm planning on working on,
Shoot.
very loosely based on my life again. I have like a crime drama that I plan on working on. I should start that at the end of this year. It's gonna
Okay.
be like a kind of like a power slash snowfall type.
Oh, okay.
But all my shows, like all the shows I just named, are based in Mobile.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm also going to do like a prank show as well.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know,
That sounds fun.
again, that's in Mobile too. Yeah.
Just don't forget me, okay?
I got you.
Just hook the sister up,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right?
you know, sure.
So you also are you still doing spoken word?
No, so I haven't performed like years,
Mm-hmm.
but I do plan on starting back because I go back and listen to my old spoken word. I'm like, I need to start right again. It's about time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. After I finish, I get some time with these other projects. I'm planning on getting back to that.
Yeah, you got a lot,
Yeah,
but you're gonna do it.
for sure. I
You
got
got
to.
it. Yeah.
I got to stay
Yeah.
committed.
Do you do is your spoken word tailored to certain subjects, or are you just wide range?
For the most part, majority of my subject content be towards the state of the modern day church
Mm-hmm.
and how I feel like we need to revert back to how it was organically
Mm-hmm.
in the first century. And so
Mm-hmm.
most of my spoken word be geared towards that.
Okay. How does the public receive that?
Um, I've gotten some good responses, but I also got some negative responses as well. But that just tells me that I'm doing what's right.
And, that's just natural.
For
No
sure.
matter what you do, it's gonna be split.
Yeah.
It can be the most perfect thing in the world, and you're gonna always have some people out there. Nah.
Right.
So that's just how it goes. The best thing that you can do is just still put it out there because I like to just always think if I put something out there, if one person is inspired,
Right.
that's all that matters to me. So it could be, 100 people. If that one person is cool, I'm gonna keep going,
Right.
So
And sometimes you don't even know the person. Like I remember there been plenty of times where somebody came later and said, "Hey, remember you did this?"
mm-hmm.
And I was like, "I ain't even like you ain't even like it or nothing," but they saw it.
They saw
You know
it,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So sometimes you don't even know.
That's true.
But as long as you put it out there,
That's it.
and
It's out there. It could be years later.
yeah,
People's
forever.
yeah.
Somebody come back and dig it up.
They sure do.
Like, hey man. Hey,
Yeah. So yeah, I believe it. It's good to get that out there because, like you said, years later, it could touch anybody.
Right.
We all have the same, experiences, but our perception is just different.
Mm-hmm.
So put your stuff out there. You never know. You never know who needs it, who needs to hear it, who needs to see it, who needs to feel it, who needs to understand it. Put it out there. And even if, like you were saying, they probably never like it, but they still heard it, they saw it, they listened to it. So don't ever get caught up in, the hype of who's liking and who's loving what.
For sure.
People definitely see what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
They see you. So what do you want people to know about Mobile?
What I want people to know about Mobile, I would say I want people to know about all the talent here, um, like all the hidden gems and the history as well. I think we have like a diverse history. A lot of it's not too good, but I think knowing it is just strength for everybody.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? So yeah, I say about the talent and the history.
There's a lot of history here. I recently learned some things. I was outdone. I still am, about the Clotilda, um, which was the last illegal slave ship to bring back enslaved Africans right here to Mobile in in the 1860s when at that point traveling, from the Americas to Africa was considered illegal. So, and people don't know about that. People
Right.
over there, some people in here don't know about it.
Right.
Some people in Alabama don't know about it. I'm from Ohio. A lot of people were asking me about it and researching it on their own. There's a lot of history here. Even when I was doing the history on the Mardi Gras, how it started here, why kind of, it's speculatory, but why some groups left and went over to New Orleans, that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a lot of history, rich history. Um, and you're right, some of it they want to kind of hide, but I think that's the point that we need to just bring this stuff out.
For sure.
And what it'll do is it'll free a lot of people's minds.
Right.
And then also, when you don't know the history, you repeat it. So you definitely have to get out of that.
That's why a lot of my projects are based in Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, throughout all the projects, I would throw a little history in there, a little passion in there.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And speaking about the Catilda, it's funny you said that. So back in, believe it was like 2018, I did an Africa Day festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it in Africa Town.
Yeah.
And it was like, I would say weeks before they actually found like the ship.
Mm. Wow.
Crazy,
Yeah.
But I'm actually working on a movie script now for it. So
okay.
I'm gonna be talking about more information about that soon. So.
That's wow. For those of you who don't know, the that last illegal slave ship was called the Clotilda, and it was found in some wreckage here in Mobile in 2018. This goes all the way back to 1860s, y'all. So that's a long time. But it was just secrets that people wanted to keep hidden. So it finally came out. It's a big deal to me. I was involved in one of the plays depicting, what happened in Dahomey, Africa, and bringing those enslaved Africans back to Mobile, Alabama. So it's a pretty big deal, and it's a lot of history. And then those enslaved Africans, they were only enslaved for about 5 years here in Mobile, and then they created their own land called Africa Town. So Africa Town is very, very rich history also. So yeah, definitely research those things. And that's a big part, a really big part of the history of Mobile. So, is there anything that you want to say as we conclude the show? Anything you want, anyone to know about you? Your gifts. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so just check out all my projects I have coming out. I plan on doing a lot of things. And if you want to collaborate, just hit me up. Like I say, my social media is at Bama Boy Buck on everything. Um, and just stay committed. Whatever you do, stay committed. If you have content, put it out there. There was like a while where I just held on to content. And then by the time I get ready to put out there, it could be old or outdated. But I've learned like now to just get it, go ahead and do what I have to do and just put it out there as soon as possible sometimes. I mean, that's something, not all the time, but most of the time, just put it out there. You never know. And then you learn that way too. So just stay committed. Whatever you feel like your dream is, stay committed to it and have it.
There y'all have it. This is Bama Boy Buck. He just gave y'all some good motivation. This is a Room 6 Cinema production, Hidden Gems. I am your host, Cortney. I want everybody out there to be inspired. And remember, you're not going to be hidden much longer. And cut.